What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been watching the channel lately, then you haven't seen that Aubrey and I just bought this house in northern New Mexico. So we got the keys, and look, it even came with a dog. And while this house did come fully furnished and is almost 99% ready to be listed out on platforms like Airbnb, there are a few things we do have to address. So the first project for today is going to be installing this netting. Now, previous owners did install this netting on the sides, but we feel it's really important because there's some pretty big gaps down below. Like if I were a dumb baby, I'd be like goo goo gaga gaga ha ha ha, and I think that definitely could happen. So we're gonna install netting all the way around here, and the existing one we're probably gonna trim up a little bit nicer. Up next, we're going to be working on our security system. Now, it's all comprised in this box, which doesn't seem like a lot, but check this out. So we want our guests to feel safe at this home, and the best way to do that is to install a really good security system, and it gives us a peace of mind when nobody is in the house, that nobody's in the house that shouldn't be. So any squatters or maybe even a bear or two. And we got everything from glass break sensors to smoke alarm detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. There's even these flash and flood freeze sensors, so it detects if water's entering the house. So we can put those downstairs and upstairs as well. So if we're having to not being here during like a freeze or something and a pipe burst, we'll at least know, and then we can immediately call somebody to come handle it. I have no idea how to set this up, but let's get at it.
Yippee-ki-yo, working like 3 jobs, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touch down, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play. I'm trying to see you in the moonlight, so you can meet me by the poolside. I know you're looking for a good time, yeah. But listen, baby, you just showed.
So the nice part about these security systems is that they come with these contact sensors, so if something opens up that's not supposed to, whenever the security system is alarmed, like windows or doors, it alerts our phones immediately, or it even alerts the house.
Got me feeling
Now, technically, we did install this new digital key access lock on the outside of this garage door, but I want to know if any door is open, so I'm gonna go ahead and install another ring one because I've got so many of these left.
Whoa, whatever it is you got.
Now, this camera was installed supposedly before the previous owners of this house, and we can't transfer it until we disconnect the power for 24 hours or contact the original owners. We can't do that, so let's disconnect it.
Whatever it is you got. Whatever it is.
All right, so we're able to get that camera disconnected, and in order to swap the ownership of this camera from the original people, it takes like 15 days or so, so it's just gonna have to remain offline until we get back, and hopefully we get the ownership, and then that way we don't have to buy another camera. So every door, window that could possibly be open has a special sensor to let us know if the house is being accessed without our knowledge. And if they're not going through a window or a door, or they're simply busting out a window, we also have glass detection sensors for that too. We also have this keypad that we're gonna activate in between rentals. That way we know if somebody's accessing the house, any squatters or bears. And we also have the camera system as well. And no, we're not weirdos. We're not putting cameras in the common areas of the house, just the toilets. But no, seriously, just cameras on the exterior. And one thing that we did do that we didn't record is we installed this yellow lock. Now these are really cool because these sync up to Airbnb. You guys may remember we installed these same locks at the Airbnb property that we helped manage last year. These connect to Wi-Fi, so we can unlock and lock them from anywhere in the world. We can see on our phone when it's been unlocked and see who's accessing it. And the coolest thing is we can automatically send different codes to different guests. For example, the last 4 digits of their phone number. But our time is done here, so we're gonna pack up all of our stuff that we didn't use, gather some new supplies back in Dallas, and then come back up here in another 2 weeks to make sure that we can get it super duper ready.
So all that footage that you just saw was footage that was taken from our first trip here to the house, which was the same trip that we took up here to close on the property. But because there aren't like a ton of big box retailers here, we actually decided that we would go home, spend a couple of weeks at home, order a bunch of stuff from Amazon, Walmart, and Home Depot, and then we would come back up here to make the next batch of changes. So Nico and I actually drove all the way up here from Dallas yesterday, and HP's gonna be flying up here tomorrow. And it's currently Saturday morning. We're only going to be here for a few days, and so we have a lot of stuff to get done so that we can make sure that this house is Airbnb ready as soon as possible, because I think the tentative plan as of now is to have this property ready within the next few weeks to list. And I have a whole truckload of stuff to unload today. I don't even remember what's in all of these boxes because we've been ordering this stuff over the last few weeks, but I'm gonna unload the stuff down here. That way I don't have to carry all the trash upstairs. So first we have Rokus. We ordered Rokus for every single room because currently there's an Amazon Fire Box in every room, but I personally don't really like that system because you have to sign into your Amazon account, which is a real pain. But truthfully, I could probably sit here for an hour walking you through everything we ordered. So let's actually fast forward this a bit. Now, one of the predominant reasons why we're at the house for the second trip is to add secret sauce to the house. Now, you may be wondering what secret sauce is, so let me explain. Now that's unfortunate. I dropped all these hotel-style coffees. Now, Angel Fire, New Mexico, which is where this house is located, is very Airbnb heavy. The town is super small, but it does have a ski resort, a mountain bike park, golfing, and quite a lot of touristy stuff to do. But because of the fact that they really only have one hotel, they rely heavily on Airbnbs and really fully embrace Airbnbs, which is great on one end because I don't think that like Airbnb regulation is something we will really ever have to worry about, nor is it something that we have to worry about when setting up this Airbnb. But the downside is that we do have a lot of competition in this space. And so asking ourselves the question of how can we make this property stand out and really just give it that extra oomph, those are the things that we're gonna be addressing really today and through this entire trip that we're here for the next 4 days. All right, now with this side done, let's do the front of the house. Nice. And we're done. The only thing left to do light-wise is to put out the solar-powered owl that we got. I actually think that that looks pretty good, but let's see what it looks like at night. So the next thing I want to tackle is this garage. Now, I made these drawings of what I wanted our garage to look like, and I wanted to include a space for people to store their snowboards, their skis, have a ping pong table, also have some stuff for golf. I want to make it a multi-purpose like place that people can enjoy, but also very functional. These are packages we just brought here from Dallas, but there's just like a lot of organization that needs to happen. And organization is definitely my strong suit, so I'm gonna tackle that now. This was one of those tasks that would have been much easier if there was 2 people, but my stubbornness wanted to get it done today, and I'm glad I did it, but that was a pain in the butt. So the plan is to move the stuff that's up here and try to put it into here and just kind of make this entire little area look a little more organized. But it is currently 4 o'clock. I've been working on the house for roughly like 7 hours at this point. I can feel my patience growing thin. So I think I'm actually gonna call it a night. Maybe I'll set up a couple of the Rokus, do some small stuff on the inside. But I think as far as these major projects go, I think I'm gonna be done until tomorrow morning.
Well, howdy. I'm not Aubrey, I'm HP, and I just flew all the way here, and it's time to get to work because the last time we were here, we got a lot of stuff done, but Aubrey just drove a bunch of stuff here, and this garage is a pretty big mess. There's just a lot of stuff strewn around everywhere. This is a combination of stuff that we own and stuff that we ended up owning because we bought this house with it. So miscellaneous chemicals, tools, toboggans, we gotta get all this stuff cleaned up. Good boy, good boy. Up next is our bike wash station, assuming we don't have to chase Nico all around the mountain.
Nico, come on. Come back here.
Come here. Now, Aubrey designed this bike wash station, and while we aren't going to do this exact thing, it does give us an idea of what we're going for. And this morning, I scavenged a bunch of rocks in nature to build as our base. Just kidding. I got it from a rock guy. They're only $60. On this day, we break ground. It's been a jam-packed last few days, but man, have we gotten a lot of stuff done. Aubrey and I are heading back to Dallas today, but let's go ahead and show you all the stuff that we got accomplished. First off, one of our biggest and proudest accomplishments, the bike wash station. This involved getting this border, digging out everything, trenching all the boards, getting the gravel, getting this post, cutting it to size, cementing it in concrete. Now all you have to do is take a bike, hook it up on the seat, and then you can go ahead and use all the brushes to clean it off after a long day of downhill mountain biking. This water supply is going to be connected from a hose all the way from the front of the house. That way you don't have to unravel a hose every single time. As you guys saw, getting this garage into the game garage is a huge improvement. Massive ping pong table, pickleball, tennis racket corner, giant Connect 4, cornholio, and for all you avid bowlers, we have a golf caddy corner, and we have all the toboggans and winter stuff organized on the shelf. And on this wall, you can't forget the ski rack and snowboard rack. We still have to figure out a nice mat so all the drippings whenever they start de-icing, but this is pretty finished. In the guest bedroom, we replaced this tiny TV with this massive giant TV. Whoops. It is kind of comically large for this room, but if you get the smaller guest bedroom, you get the bigger TV. In addition to all the TVs, we added all these Roku remotes and did away with the Amazon Fire Cubes. These work really nice because they have a guest checkout mode, and you only have to use one remote. So when a guest enters all their information for all their subscriptions, it ends up getting deleted after their checkout date that they end up setting. Aubrey added all these signs in the bathrooms showing don't flush anything that isn't flushable, and then also this owner's closet thing. That way we can signify, hey, there are some rules to this house. This closet also just had a regular doorknob, so we ended up putting our own digital code. That way, if we have cleaners or we have other guests that do need to access this, we can give them a certain code. But we didn't bring any AA batteries, so you have to open it manually for now. In order to mark off all the amenities in Airbnb and VRBO, we ended up adding this cool desk workstation. That way we can go ahead and say, hey, if you need to work on your laptop, there's a dedicated business center. And one of my biggest additions was I built this picnic table with my own two hands. Aubrey and I were concerned about bringing a picnic table up the stairs, so we just built it on the deck. All we need to do is stain it, but we'll do that the next time we're up here. Assuming it hasn't fallen apart. I did build it. So there you guys have it. This video is incredibly long. This entire ordeal spanned over 3 weeks. So if you're still with us, we really appreciate you guys watching this with us. Aubrey plans to come up here one more time to tie up some loose ends, get everything super ready, and then we're gonna list it in Airbnb right after that. So stay tuned because we're definitely gonna have more videos to come. And as always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next episode.